And welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to our date with a famous race car driver. Johnny Sauter has joined us in the studio here at the Rowdy World HQ, driver with number 13 Chevy in the Truck Series. Did I get all that right?
Yeah, pretty close. Safe auto curb record Chevy, but you're close.
I'm
you
getting
got the number right. That's more than half the people.
That's right. And 13. How'd you decide on 13, or was that your decision?
Yeah, that's not my decision. That's the car owner's decision, and good thing I'm not a superstitious person, I guess, right?
I guess so. Now, talk to me a little bit about this new rule that we've got where you got to declare in one series which series you want points in. Has that changed anything about your life in the Truck Series and what's going on there?
Not really. I mean, for the most part, the guys that like you said, are declaring Truck Series or Nationwide Series or Cup Series, it's, they're running for the points in those divisions anyway. There's, you'll see Kyle come and run a handful, 10, 12 truck races a year, but even doing that, even if he wins them all, he's still not going to be able to win the championship. So I don't think it's a make or break deal for a lot of guys.
But you can't help but notice that so far, not only in trucks, but also in Nationwide, nobody who has won a race has earned points for winning that race.
Yeah, it's winner, 0 points.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
And that's the deal. I mean, you look at the Nationwide Series points, and I use that for an example because they seem to have a lot more Cup guys coming into their series. Jason Leffler's leading the points right now, I think, which, last year was probably a 7th or 8th place guy in the points. I'm not sure, but
yeah.
So it changes the complexion of the series as far as points go for sure, and I think that's good. The series needs that identity, and and same way with the Truck Series,
You mentioned Kyle Busch, and we put out to the Twitterverse and Facebook that you were going to be here, and Scooter's honey from Twitter.
Famous, very famous.
I don't know who Scooter is, but her honey, his honey.
You sure
said,
it's a he?
No, I'm not. I'm not sure of anything. Aren't you tired of Kyle Busch winning so much?
Not really. I mean, Kyle's on his game right now, and it's just not Kyle. I mean, people got to realize that the driver's only so much of a percentage of an organization and how you compete every week. It's about the team, the pit stops, mechanical failures, engine failures. There's so many other things that come into it. So I mean, they're just hitting on all 8 cylinders right now, and I can think of 2 of the last 3 races last fall in the Truck Series where I physically passed Kyle and outran him, and for whatever circumstances, by the end of the race, he was up front, and I couldn't catch him again. So they're doing everything right, and more power to them.
So you don't want to give him like a swirly or a wedgie or anything like that, and that's a different conversation.
Yeah,
are we gonna have? Will you stop asking the wedgie question?
It's
He's
my
always
go-to
asking the wedgie question.
Barbara Walters says, "What kind of tree would you like to be?" And I said, "Would you want to give somebody a wedgie?"
Yeah, happy Arbor Day. A lot of people ask us, Johnny. Yeah, good holiday, right? A lot of people have asked us, hey, what's the difference? I mean, you've been in the Nationwide Series, you've been in the Cup Series, you're in the Truck Series. What's the difference as far as the vehicle goes, driving a truck versus driving a Cup car?
Well, horsepower is probably the biggest thing. We typically, even though it's a truck, they use the same kind of chassis, same chassis manufacturer. We change a few bars here and there, but, for the most part, the horsepower is the biggest thing that comes to my mind. The Truck Series, we use like restrictor plates on the engines to reduce horsepower, and in the Cup Series, they're wide open. So it's a different feeling. Going on a straightaway in a Cup car, you're going a lot faster, but in a truck, you're actually going through the corners faster than a Cup car does. So it kind of offsets each other. It's a different.
So how you approach the corner must be kind of different as far as how you get in there and how you brake and get to the center and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, perfect example, I'll use Bristol. Last fall, I think the pole at Bristol, and don't quote me on this, was like a 1540, something like that. I qualified 4th for the truck race, I think, at a 1560. Well, a 1560 was fast enough in the Truck Series to qualify to make the Cup race. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 200 less horsepower, but we're going through the corners so much faster that we make up all of our time through the corners. Like Texas, another example.
Right.
Cup cars are actually quite a bit faster than we are there.
Right.
But we're actually going through the corners 10 mile an hour faster than a Cup car.
That's interesting.
Is that because of the center of gravity?
Well, we've got less horsepower, so we're wide open pretty much all the time.
Right.
And we've got a lot more downforce. We've got that big rear spoiler, and the front's obviously a lot wider in the Cup car. So we just have a lot of downforce, and that equates to more throttle on time.
And you got more drag too with these things, or
downforce, drag, same thing.
Yep.
It's just a different type of racing style. I mean, and there's been a couple weekends where I've driven a truck and a Cup car, and it's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? You really get going down the straightaway in a Cup car.
Like, wow, this thing knows how to pick it up.
And when you get to the corner, you stand all over the brake pedal, whereas a truck, you're kind of like just more of a momentum type racing.
Well, that's interesting. You talk about brakes. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with more from Johnny Sauter in just a bit.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.